Okay. Yeah. Let's get rolling. Obviously, either of you stop asking any questions. How are the two of you? You're both well?
Yeah, I've been good. Staying busy.
Good. What's the score of the
Start
Senate?
of the new year, 7-7.
I'm looking for the Bills to kind of blow them out, honestly.
I don't know what you do if you're the Dolphins. If you win, you get the Bills again back at home, which is nice. But if you lose, you go to Kansas City, which you never want to go to.
Yeah, I think they're more beatable though, honestly. So, okay.
Yeah, it's just you get the home field.
Yeah, I'm gonna get so distracted. Start talking football, and Charles is here.
Sorry, go for it.
No,
Go for it.
no, it's not your fault, Jed. I'm the one that asked. I asked you and Aaliyah how you're doing, and I'm like, what am I doing here? I gotta stay focused. I got a baby and a 4-year-old. I gotta get I gotta get rolling. Okay, so we'll start with the watch list, and I'll take some requests, and we can kind of go from there, y'all. I don't have my normal time, as I was telling Jed. I'm still adjusting. I'm not a pro quite yet, like Chuck, with having two kids. So, um, I'm I'm really liking AMD into this week. We need above 20. You guys know I'm liking this. I mean, for all intents and purposes, you could say we're right there. Right, 138.64. Close to 138.50. We're right there, but I like it. We came up, ripped out of this flag, came down, retested the bottom of the flag, got a really nice bounce. We need over 141. Assuming we can get over that, I think we easily go see 152 again. So a loss of 132, and I'd have to reconsider this play and wait to go long again. That's A and B. Let's go to Celsius. I was pounding the table all last year that this is going to be, or towards the end of the year, that this was going to be a great play into the new year. Anytime it ended under 50, I was buying shares, as I kept saying. That's obviously paid off. We're in 57 now. But got a beautiful break out of this wedge, beautiful break off the 20-day here. Got right up into the 50% fib, and we've kind of bounced around, right? Like I always say, we've kind of trampolined around this fib. Need over, so I've been buying shares under 50. We can get over 60. I'm going to buy April and May calls with a target of 68, 74-ish. So definitely think this has a lot of meat left on the bones, but we need over this 59.67. So that's when I'll look to go long on options. Obviously, from an equity perspective, we couldn't have played it any better. So any questions on Celsius? I should have taken some questions on AMD too. So any questions on either of those before I move on to PayPal?
No, I'm good.
Okay. PayPal looks really good as well. The other one I kept saying that into the new year is one of my favorite plays. So we got this nice inverse head and shoulders on the daily. It broke out right before the new year, but what did we do? We rejected this 50% fib on this particular sequence from this swing high to this swing low. Boom, 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 boom. You see the rejections. And then what did we come down and do? We came down, retested this right shoulder, and we absolutely rocketed off of it. Held it really well on Thursday, and then had a fucking rocket on Friday. Assuming we can get over 60.27, I'm definitely looking to go long again and think that we're finally going to get into those 70s. But a short-term target, we're definitely going to look to take some profits around 63, 64. That 200-day moving average is 50% fib again. But the meat of this move is getting into this gap. And I'm really liking this. About to get a bullish MACD curl on the daily. This outside of AMD and Celsius is probably my number one watch going into this week. Questions on PayPal? No. Oh, okay. Yep. No. Go ahead.
I kind of have one.
Yeah. No. No. No.
So let's say we see. So let's. Sorry, little buzz, but I'm here with you. But no. So let's say it goes up to 63, right? So could you possibly say that we expect like a pullback maybe then? And because you do have a long-term target of into the 70s, maybe that'd be a good time to get into some leaps. I'm just kind of like looking to the future.
Yeah, you absolutely could. Like I think I said on Twitter, the safe play would be to wait till it gets over 63, 64, gets past this 200-day moving average, and then get like 6 month out 70 calls.
Okay.
Knowing that once it's over this, it's most likely gonna magnet up to this area up here because there's not much holding it back. I mean, even if you get over the 64, 68 is the next big
Okay.
one here. So yeah, no, that makes total sense. even playing once you get over this 60-30 here and taking some, 25-50% of the position off around this area isn't the worst idea either. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Cool. No, yeah, great question.
Thank you.
No problem. Great question. The only thing I really like short this week, and I don't even know if I like it short, but Path, it's one we've been watching in the group for a while, came up, couldn't get past this extension up here, lost the 20-day with pretty big momentum here. If it was to lose this 2173 area, I think we could get a nice gap fill, and it would literally just be a short-term gap play, puts to the downside, probably 2-3 weeks out expiration for me. Nothing I'm looking to like hold for a long time. Most likely, honestly, a day trade, but trying to at least have some things I like both directions. So any questions on that? Okay, then I'm ready to take requests. Though I will say, another one obviously I really like. I've been saying this for at least 6 months. Walgreens, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better gift, honestly. I said it on earnings last week. I can't remember who in the group was clowning it, but this wick right here was fucking, if you're a bear, just give it up. This thing's going to 30, no questions asked. Just a beautiful move. I mean, double beat and guided up. The only reason it shit itself was because they slashed the dividend. Even if it was it's still a good dividend, but the whole reason they slashed the dividend is because they're going into growth mode. Nothing wrong with that. That's why it was bought up the way that it was. Yet again, retail traders got bagged. I guarantee a bunch sold off scared, and we're right back on the mission. So this is another one that for me, I just keep buying equity. But if it gets moving again, maybe I'll play some 30 calls. It looks nice. Any questions on Walgreens? And then I just want to start giving one a week. I've been talking to Jed about this. I've posted in the group many times, but if you want to start building the dividend portfolio, this is my number one holding, and I couldn't recommend it more. And it's a fucking awesome company. They pay an awesome dividend. They continue to grow. I've been buying for years, and I'm gonna keep doing so. Chuck, brother, we can hear the ESPN broadcast because you decided to unmute, dog. We're here to learn stocks, not listen to Josh Allen throw another pick. Come on, man.
No, I was trying to ask a question. I just didn't want to interrupt
Oh, okay. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to ask you your thoughts on JP Morgan headed into earnings this week.
Yeah, we can look at well, I'm done now, so we can get into tickers. Look at the last time I charted this, by the way. We were at the 143 area. Beautiful M that has come up. I mean, yeah. What, this just made an all-time high on Friday, right? Like ever, I'm assuming. Yeah, that's crazy. Right? Yeah, for sure. Crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Banks are killing it. So the question you have to ask yourself, I mean, from a pure chart perspective, yeah, here, let me just kind of reset. I just removed all the drawings. So like before that all-time high was made, this is where my fibs would have been. I'm not gonna get them to a T there. Well, no, I will. I will. Just so that we're looking at the right thing. Magnet.
I'm looking at it from a short perspective, but I don't want to jump in based off of bias. I just think it's ran significantly into earnings that some of it might be priced in. I don't know what they could announce of it, send it up another leg other than, I don't know, sentiment, but
That kind of like a jank M here, or does say,
yeah.
Like really jank. And honestly, with this, I'd bet that it still has more upside before downside. But I don't play banks. I say that anytime y'all bring up XLF or any other financials, like I don't play them. Options wise, that is. I have some banks in my long term portfolio, but I don't play them options wise. I just don't, right? Like, so I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I totally think you should short it too. For me personally, just from a TA perspective, yeah, you rejected this. You rejected literally the one fib twice. You've wicked off of it 2 times. But for me, the way it's been riding the 20 up, I'm not looking to totally short this yet until you're probably below the 20. You might be, if you're just day trading it, Chuck, you could probably get some good money, but I'd probably wait. Does look like the MACD might curl down, but honestly, it looks like one of those bouncers. Looks like it might actually bounce off the MACD and continue up. So not a great answer, but an honest one. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
This would be a not play for me.
I got you. Yeah, it might be a straddle for me. We'll see. I might if it starts to sell off into earnings, then I would take the profit on the put and not hold it through it.
Yeah,
Um,
I get what you're saying.
okay, cool.
So, but definitely one that we're gonna have our eyes on just from an overall market perspective. So, I have it written down this week to watch. So,
Absolutely. What about
speaking of, or go ahead, Chuck. Sorry.
yeah, another one I was looking at was Tilray. They have earnings on
Oh yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah. You brought that up to me several times. Give me 2 seconds. Can everyone still see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm back. Okay, Tilray. Uh, ah, interesting. What were you telling me earlier this week too about weed, Chuck? That you think why it's got some moves up? I'll be honest, this is another
Yeah,
one. I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't play weed.
yeah,
I don't
same
follow.
here. It's just election year. A lot
Oh,
of
okay, okay.
states have going legal on their ballots. I think Ohio was the last one to legalize in November. Um, and then they have like I think a substance downgrade and like whatever, making it more easy to get into the states. Tilray has the best United States presence because they are in Texas and they also have a Sweetwater acquisition from Atlantis beer company.
Nice.
So they have some direct outlets into the United States, which is why it's my favorite one. Obviously, it's a high risk, probably a share play versus an options play, but
I was gonna say I like it
they,
better from shares because of how these darn things move. Like from a pure TA
yeah,
perspective, we've now been rejecting this 38% fib, which it looks like the MACD is losing momentum as well. So like from a pure TA perspective, though it is holding the 200, which you like if you're a bull. From a pure TA perspective, I'm either waiting for it to get above this 38. 20 looks like it might cross over the 200, which would be bullish too. So I'm either waiting to get over that 38, which could happen literally like in pre-market pretty easily. It's actually right there. But again, it's only $2, so a penny on this thing is moving it quite a bit. I'm either waiting for it to get over that and then looking for it to get to 250, or I'm waiting for that 20 to cross the 200, or waiting to see what this MACD wants to do. It too kind of looks like what I was saying on JP Morgan. It looks like it almost is going to bounce instead of cross down. Looks like it wants to bounce and maybe continue some bullish momentum. So, but I like your thought on shares on it instead of options. So,
yeah, I might grab a couple hundred just to tuck it away.
yeah, I don't hate that. No, the only thing I was gonna say is the only earnings really this week outside of Tilray, which I didn't even know that had earnings this week. The big ones that are this week are um Bank of America, I think has it. Citi, I know has it. Wells has it. Delta has it, which Delta had the fucking like part of their plane. Oh no, that was Boeing. Sorry. I apologize. Completely disregard what I just said. That was a Boeing plane on Alaska. It was an Alaska Airlines flight. But we should look at that. I don't know if you all saw that, but a part of a mid-flight Boeing like part of it ripped off, and they had to do like an emergency landing for these poor people. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It might terrify you and you might never fly again. But anyways, let's draw a quick fib set here because we made a low and then we made a new high here. These lines that I had drawn, by the way, are still doing great from Lord knows when I drew these. Came down, held this support, which just so happens to be right around this 236, did lose the 20. I'd be willing to bet with this news event that happened, we open up like close to the 3.8 tomorrow. I'd be shocked, though I guess the market's done crazier things. But seriously, I don't know if any of you have not seen that video, but you should go watch it. It is terrifying. But this one's on my radar solely because something like that happens out of nowhere, right? When I say the chart makes the news, I mean it 95% of the time. there's no way for the chart to know that that's about to happen on a plane. So
Yeah. Hey,
that
it's already, I don't know if you take this in consideration, but it's already down 6% in overnight trading
oh yeah, and
on
Robinhood.
Robinhood.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
super low volume, but it's at least, showing that, yeah, it's down. So I'm not.
It's 235 right now.
Oh, look at what I didn't even know that. Look at that. Look how close that would be to this 38% fib that I said. God, sometimes I do just feel like a genius on here. I won't even lie. Yeah, look for 232 and see what happens there. That's what I'm looking for tomorrow. See what happens around 232. If we can move off of that in one direction, I might play it. But yeah, you can't have part of your plane fucking rip off mid-flight like you're on an episode of Lost and expect your stock not to take a bit of a tumble. So okay, what other tickers do we want to look at, guys? But yeah, so Delta, JPM, Bank of America, Citi, Wells Fargo. Those are the main ones this week. Other than that, it's light earnings week.
I have a question for Chuck. Do you still have those 2025 calls for Tilray?
2025? No, I reshuffled the deck when Tilray had that pop on that weed news. I took like 10% and got out.
Okay, I got you.
So,
But I'm looking to re-add. But I probably will go with shares this time, just because I think they report before market. So if they pop, I probably will sell the shares. If they tank, I probably will sell it. So I hate being locked in on options when earnings are in play.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Okay.
Yep.
cool. So Cousin Cavity just asked me to do SPY, so we'll go over SPY real quick. So I still think this wider patterns at play. Even if you're a bear, this is what you want. You still want up. I don't know if we'll be able to get this big of a drawdown. I really don't. So you could argue, well, no, I'm not going to get into all the different patterns that I possibly see on SPY right now because it'll make everyone's head explode. We'll just stay kind of local up here. You could argue there's a little bit of an M here. We did reject the 20 twice in a row. The MACD does look like it wants to start to give bulls some momentum back, which would be wonderful for those of us that are bullish, of course. It needs over the 20 though. At the end of the day, it needs over 469.93. Just call it 470, right? You guys know I'm a rounder. Just round that shit to 470. We need over 470 if we're going to continue up. If not, 459, go test the support. Honestly though, 463, finish completely close out this fair value gap here on the daily. This is where I think you could see a lot of if we do continue some downside tomorrow. This is where I think we actually see a decent little bounce, this 464.12. So mark that on your charts. I think that would surprise bulls and bears. But at the end of the day, like I always say, the market's just trying to be balanced, and this would bring balance to liquidity here because you do have a pretty sizable fair here. If I remove, let me just remove this. So you do have a fair value gap from right here to right here. So everything in here is a fair value gap. We'd have it filled if we went down to 464.10 and filled that area right there. So it wouldn't be the worst thing, like I said, if that was to happen. Any other questions on SPY? No. Okay. Let me just I'm gonna like do something here for myself. Need to change it to red though. Ah shoot. Ah shoot. So oops. Okay, what other tickers do you all want to look at tonight?
I was wondering if we could take a look at Google.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. By the way, this played out nicely. Nice little move up. Measured move to 141. Wish I would have played that. Okay, let's take a look here. So we did make we could technically we could put another fib sequence. We didn't break this, so I probably leave this sequence here, but we can overlay another one here. Let me just remove these just so they're out of the way. That played out nice though. Wish I would have played it. Okay. So I'm gonna take from here to here to overlay another fib sequence. Changing my colors. Okay, and now we get some clustering right here. So it's 134, call it 50 in between these two. 134.50, assuming that held, would be a nice place to go long. And you could then maybe see this play out too, if that did bring a place to long
Mhm.
and end up going like there. But yeah, I like that a lot actually. So some more downside to like 134, just call it 134, and then a move back up, and then a move down. But an M always then brings more upside, so you'd expect a bounce from there.
Yeah,
But
'cause would you call that green candle like a fair value gap right there? I
right
can't.
here,
I don't
yeah,
have the.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you
Yep.
could call that.
That's
Yeah,
what you call that. That's what I was thinking, but when I looked at it the other day, but I just it's nice to have some confirmation
so the fair value
on
gap
that.
on this is right here.
Okay.
So it's everything the candle before, the wick before, or the body, doesn't matter whether it's a wick, body, whatever. But you take it from the top of the wick to the bottom of the wick here. It's everything that these two previous candles on this big engulfing didn't come in and fill.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
That lines up real nice there. Then you come here, move back up, and then move back down for then a measured move, most likely up.
All right.
Nice one. Yeah, no, I like this a lot. I'm gonna watch this myself.
Perfect. Same here.
Like in Google, I just wrote it down. What else, team? Anything else? I'll do a couple more here.
There was something I'm trying to find it. I tagged you in the chat, but I can't find the ticker now. Until I can find it, can we just, I guess, take a quick look at SoFi?
Sure. So this dreaded supply zone, I've been saying it for a while, hit again, and we're either gonna go. Well, I bet we find 770 for sure. At this point, MACD is definitely bearish momentum, trending down. Bet we see 770. The end of the day, until we get over this freaking supply, just not gonna happen.
What do you think about I think they have earnings what end of the month?
I think they'll have good earnings. All the bank stocks have had great earnings. I don't see any reason for it to have bad earnings. So, but right now from a TA
Keep adding.
perspective, I like 770.
Okay. I found it. It's LVS,
LV, what is that?
Las Vegas.
Oh, Sands. Yeah. They just bought a large portion of the Dallas Mavericks for anybody that doesn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the owners of this are Mark Cuban just partnered with to bring gambling to Texas.
The double bottom on that right hand is what caught my attention.
Yeah, definitely a nice little move there for sure. Double bottom up. I would say 54 looks nice. Nice little flag here, frankly, for me. Move up, see what happens at the 200. Yeah, this looks nice.
So I'm gonna keep it on my
Yeah.
watch list.
I like this to 54.
And SANA.
Is this the right thing, John?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So wicked into this gap for sure, and then got rejected. Needs to stay above the 200, and then needs over 6. But this is a nasty gap fill right here, and then wicked right back down. Still closed green, but man, you can see the sell orders that got immediately filled when it got into this gap.
Can't remember what put it on my radar. I think it was something to do with what was it? It was something in healthcare that it was triggered that pop. I forgot. This was yesterday. I hardly remember, but okay, that's cool. We have that healthcare conference going on this week too, so
Yeah.
biotech would be something to keep on watch.
Yeah, no, this is interesting. Wicked right into this gap and now down. So would watch it, but it needs over 550.
Cool, appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. All right, everybody, that's probably gonna be it tonight. Yeah, I really like, even after looking at everything, I would say AMD, I am gonna add Google top a little bit higher. I like Google. I like the BA play. Chuck, I'll watch Tilray with shares with you. And then AMD and PayPal, and Celsius still look great. So I'm watching all those too. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing, team, and I will talk to all of you. Let me stop